Good morning, Taiwan, and thank you for sharing your day with us. I am Louisa here to keep you informed and entertained. 欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新奇、最有趣的新闻。And a French man by the name of Philippe Croissant has a rather ambitious goal. The endurance athlete who has managed to cross the English Channel before with prosthetic limbs is now taking the challenge to the next level. Croissant and his friend are set to spend their days and nights in the water. After all, their plan is to swim around the world. 有一名因为意外失去手脚的法国人，他装上义肢跟蛙鞋，计划在5月到8月间游泳横越5大洲，希望借由他的计划鼓励世界各地的人。
French athlete Philippe Croissant lost all of his 4 limbs, suffering an electric shock at the age of 26. Nearly 2 decades later, he is set to realize his dream of swimming around the world. With his swimming partner, Arnaud Chaucery, he unveiled a plan that links all 5 continents, swimming across a series of narrow straits.
2 little people like us, 2 little men, we're going to be able to build a bridge between the continents. That means that we're going to bring them together, which means no one is very far from each other. So even if we have different political opinions or skin colors, or even with our disabilities, we all live on the same planet.
Will first link Australia with Asia by swimming from Papua New Guinea to Indonesia. They will also cross the Red Sea, the Strait of Gibraltar, and the Bering Strait, a journey that totals 85 kilometers or 53 miles. Croissant is the first quadruple amputee to swim across the English Channel and hopes to prove with his latest challenge that nothing is impossible. The swimming pair is set to leave France on May 6th.
And now to other news. The 400-year-old Beaucency diamond, which has a noble history after making the rounds in the royal families in Europe, is looking to spark a bidding frenzy at the auction house in Geneva next month, where the 34-carat gem is expected to sell for up to $4 million. 苏富比预计在5月中拍卖一颗见证了400年欧洲皇室历史的钻石。这颗稀有的钻石重达34克拉，可能将会拍卖到400万美元。
The diamond coveted by royalty for centuries will be auctioned at Sotheby's in Geneva. Beaucency had a part in the fluctuating fortunes of Europe's royal families for more than 400 years and currently belongs to Georg Friedrich, Prince of Prussia and head of the former ruling dynasty of the German Empire. The 34-carat modified paired double rose-cut diamond is expected to fetch between $2 and $4 million. And Sotheby's David Bennett says the sale is a major event in the diamond world.
It's extremely rare for a diamond of this importance to come on the market. It's never been out of royal hands, and so it's with this immaculate provenance. And it's also a spectacular stone. It weighs 34 carats. It's in all the history books, of famous stones.
Bennett sold a pink diamond for $46.2 million in 2010, a record for any jewel at auction. He said estimating the value of a stone like the Beaucency was difficult given its rarity.
We put an estimate of between $2 and $4 million. But of course on the 15th of May in Geneva we'll find out how accurate or not that was. But there's been a lot of interest. We've taken it all around the world. It's been in Hong Kong, New York, Europe. It's been greeted with a lot of admiration wherever it's been.
And even though Sotheby's says Queen Elizabeth II has long wanted to own Beaucency, it will remain in London only until May 1st, when it will be taken to Geneva ahead of the May 15th sale. And for the first time in its history, the famous gem could even land in the hands of a commoner.
And now to movie news. Romantic comedy Think Like a Man, a movie about what to do and what not to do in relationships, has topped again this weekend at the box office, taking in another $18 million. Meanwhile, the other film about love, The 5-Year Engagement, has failed to make headlines. 北美票房这周还是由喜剧《Think Like a Man》蝉联冠军，不过有好几部新片，有动画片，也有动作片或浪漫爱情片，都蛮值得看的。接下来就为你介绍一下。
Last weekend's box office #1, Think Like a Man, easily beat 4 new films to win the champion title again for the second weekend. The romantic comedy led the chart with $18 million over the weekend and has earned a total $61 million over its 10-day release.
Now, when the truth comes.
Number 2 went to the animated family film, The Pirates, Band of Misfits, which earned $11.4 million in its opening weekend. Starred by Hugh Grant and Salma Hayek, the British film targeting younger children and their parents earned strong reviews and is likely to bring in more moviegoers as there's no other strong family flicks in the following weeks. The love story, The Lucky One, added $11.3 million, while The Hunger Games earned additional $11.2 million in the U.S., making the total worldwide ticket sale to $600 million. The 5-year engagement opened at a disappointing number 5 with $11.2 million, slightly below industry expectations. The movie stars Jason Segel and Emily Blunt as a couple whose plan to walk down the aisle runs into repeated interruptions. It looks like serving as the opening night film at the Tribeca Film Festival did not really help boost the ticket sale. Action star Jason Statham's latest flick, Safe, landed in 6th place with an estimated $7.7 million opening. With mixed reviews, the film performed lower than Statham's other actioners and could only match up with his 2009 flick, Crank High Voltage. In his latest film, Statham plays a former New York cop who must fight the triads, Russian mafia, and corrupted New York City police to save a Chinese girl.
Those men are after you?
I can memorize anything. They showed me a very long number.
Is there anything interesting to you about these numbers?
It's not just random. There's a sequence.
It's a code.
Outside the North American market, the superhero movie The Avengers stormed into overseas theaters with record-breaking sales. Big-budget, effects-filled Avengers raked in a massive $178 million since its release last Wednesday. The 3D film from Disney's Marvel studio set opening weekend records in 12 countries and will hit North American theaters this Friday to kick off the summer movie season.
And one of the most desirable men in the world, Agent 007, is set to return to the big screen this coming fall. Actor Daniel Craig, who reprises the role as the iconic spy, and the James Bond cast open up about the forthcoming action flick during a press conference in Istanbul, where the filming is currently taking place. 英国演员 Daniel Craig 的最新一集007电影 Skyfall 目前正在 Istanbul 拍摄当中，剧组人员跟主要演员都透过记者会跟大家分享一下最新的007电影有哪些爆点。 We can always expect beautiful people placed in spectacular settings in James Bond films. But there's one man that's hard to portray and top. Of course, that's Daniel Craig as the world-class spy. Oscar-winning director Sam Mendes, the British filmmaker behind the 23rd film in the franchise, says that it makes a world of difference that Craig is the one playing the complex character.
And without wanting to embarrass him, that was a big thing for me as well, was having a Bond who I believed in, who I thought was fantastic in the role, and who I felt in whose hands the character could be taken to another level.
Craig, who has been in the previous 2 flicks as Bond, says that he couldn't stop talking to Mendes about the new epic once MGM's financial troubles were cleared.
Strangely enough, we weren't supposed to talk to each other. I mean, I can say that now, can't I? I mean, because MGM hadn't done the deal, and we weren't supposed to be making the movie, and there were all sorts of legal ramifications that meant that if we were... Anyway, whatever. We did. We couldn't shut us up. We were very excited about it. And one of the first things we did, I mean, Sam was rereading the Ian Flemings, and it was a chance for me to reread them. And I started emailing each other and saying, what about this? What about this? And that's how it kind of snowballed, really. And John Logan and everybody got involved. It just added to it.
And as usual, Bond is surrounded with hot ladies.
We're very, very privileged to have them. They're really serious actresses who are really stamping their mark on this film. And it's been a joy working with both of them. And hopefully there'll be some humor in the relationships, but also some real tension as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they've done.
And it doesn't matter if she can win Bond's heart in the long run. Actress Bérénice Marlowe says she's lucky enough.
It's an honor to be cast as a Bond girl. For me, it's an amazing chance to be part of this movie, of a James Bond movie. I've never dreamt of being a Bond girl, actually, but I've always dreamt to belong to a James Bond movie. And this script and this character I'm working on, I really love both of them. So it's just incredibly exciting and extraordinary to be working on this movie.
Skyfall, which comes with more than just action, but takes us to understand the inner demons of the troubled Bond, is slated for release internationally on October 26. And that's it for this edition. I am Louisa Lee, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Meanwhile, stay with CTS for the latest weather update and for more news you need.